Just in time, a poor woman who lived nearby gave birth to a baby boy. Hearing the rumors, the queen secretly summoned the woman and proposed to swap her son with the queen's daughter. She promised to take care of the woman for the rest of her life so that she could live worry-free. The poor woman agreed, and the two exchanged their babies. Meanwhile, a trader was preparing for his trip and asked a shopkeeper to boil 40 eggs and bring them to him. The shopkeeper did as she was told, and the trader paid for the eggs. However, when it was time for the ship to leave, the trader said he didn't have time to pay and promised to do so when he returned. 5 years later, the trader came back, and the shopkeeper went to him to get paid. The trader refused to pay, saying that he wanted to know how many chicks would come from those eggs in 5 years before he paid the price. The shopkeeper went to the king and told him what had happened, asking for a verdict. However, even the king couldn't figure out the price of an egg by calculating how many chicks could come from it. He asked the shopkeeper and the trader to wait quietly while he thought about it. 3 or 4 years later, the poor woman's daughter often came to the castle garden to play with the prince. The two children heard the king's dilemma and decided to play a game of egg trials. The sissy pretended to be the king, and the prince played the role of the grandmother. They discussed the price of the eggs, and the sissy said that the price should be for 40 chicks that could come from those eggs and the chicks that they would lay in the future. The prince, however, pointed out that they had only boiled eggs, which could never produce chicks. He said that they could only demand the price of 40 eggs, and the sissy agreed. The king was impressed with their wisdom and called the queen. He told her what had happened and asked her to raise their daughter and teach her to be as wise as the prince. The queen agreed, and the daughter grew up to become a wise and just queen, loved by all her subjects. The end.